Hey guys, and welcome back. Quality Shot Tennis. Today we've got Jakub Menzik taking on Taylor Fritz in Miami. We've got the matchup of the semifinals between the American and the young up-and-comer in his first Masters semifinal. How are we guys doing today? How are you guys doing? This should be an interesting one. Menzik is more dangerous than people are giving him credit for, and Fritz just came out of one of the best matches of the year so far against Matteo Berrettini. Both of them put on a show. So Fritz definitely going to get some momentum off of being able to win that match. That was one of those kind of matches that, even though he should have put away in 2 sets, it's going to build up his confidence that he found a way to win it anyway. So it should be interesting what all happens here. Taylor Fritz, I mean, both of these guys can cause trouble to Novak in the final. But they're both also definitely going to struggle. I mean, Fritz has played Novak, I don't know how many times, and he's lost all of them. He's like 7-0 against Djokovic, but you never know, right? You never know. So that's why we play. Let me know your predictions for this one. I'm going to take Taylor Fritz in 3 sets. It might be 2 sets, though. I'm kind of 50-50 on whether it's going to be 2 or 3 sets. I'm not kind of 50-50. I am 50-50. I don't know. Could be 2, could be 3. I'm not expecting Menzik to win, but I wouldn't be very shocked. I'd be slightly surprised. Fritz is playing very well. Berrettini was in some form, and he is somebody to watch out for the rest of the season. Yeah, that's why he caused trouble to Taylor. It's not that Taylor was playing badly. They both played very well. So I'm expecting Fritz to keep running with the momentum. Let's see what happens. Menzik currently world number 54, but that's going to go up very soon, taking out players like Artur Fils, Tomas Mahac, Roman Sapulin, Batista Gu, Jack Draper, notably the Indian Wells champion, of course. And then Taylor Fritz, now been as high as number 4 in the world, but arguably at the end of last year, most people considered him the second best and most consistent player on hard courts, which I think is very accurate. I think he was and is. So that's for sure. Obviously, he's had great success in Indian Wells, but now in his first Miami semifinal. So both these players in their first Miami semifinal. Meanwhile, Novak is going to be playing his 8th Miami final and his 60th Masters final, which, yes, is a record. I think Djokovic has now been in 60 Grand Slam quarterfinals and 60 Masters finals. I mean, just thinking about how big of a number 60 is. Like, how many achievements have like, I can't think of 60 like exciting achievements that I've done 60 times. There aren't that many. Like he's made a final of a Masters tournament 60 times. Unreal numbers. Just how big that number is ridiculous. Forehand from Fritz put away. We're getting started here. Fix the scoreboard here. Go down. Hey, how you doing, Matt? What's up? I think Menzik wins today. Okay. Also think he has a chance versus Novak. Can do Novak what Opelka and Berrettini did to Novak this year. I mean, okay, that's a big take, huh? Well, what are you liking about Menzik so far? I'll be fully upfront. I haven't seen as much of Menzik play as I have seen of Fritz. I've watched Fritz play a lot in this tournament from the start. Menzik, I haven't seen that much. I've seen here and there a little bit. I haven't seen that much. But I'm really liking what I'm seeing from Fritz, and I'm really high on Menzik in general. So I like that take. I mean, I think Menzik won a set off of Novak the first time they played. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's right. Maybe in Shanghai. I think Menzik took a set. So, I've often said, like, if you get close the first time against a legend, like, that gives you confidence. And oftentimes I've seen somebody get close the first time, then win the second time. So I said that with Mira against Swiatek. I predicted that Mira would beat Swiatek the second time that they played. And now she's beaten her twice in a row. Because Mira got so close against Iga the first time they played, which I was also kind of expecting. That's going to go out from Menzik, so 1-0 for Fritz. But I just think Fritz is underrated. No, like, what do you think, Matthew? I just think like people don't. Fritz is not the flashiest guy around, but he gets the job done, and he can play very impressive tennis. Like he's added such dimensions to his game. Um, just great, just fantastic play all around. I think his firepower, consistent depth, his backhand is fantastic. I really, his serving is always great. But he's been serving at like 80+% first serve points won, and his forehand is so good too. But his backhand is fantastic, particularly. I don't know. I like what I see from Taylor. Hey, Mensik's getting better every minute, so. Serve out wide. What a return from Fritz. That's what I'm talking about. Love 15. Big strike from Taylor. Big serve for Mensik. 15 all. Mensik's serve is like Hubie against Draper. He was serving unreturnable. He's serving very well. I agree with you on that. What I've seen from him, mostly against Draper. That's the most I've seen him play this week. Was watching back extended highlights of him playing Jack, and then also watching like clips from the full match, because that's kind of how I do it. I watch extended highlights, and then I like, if the extended highlights don't cover something that I want to see, then I go to the match and kind of watch what I consider an important moment or game kind of play out. That's what I was doing with that Draper match. And yeah, Menzik, yeah, no, I know his serve is very good. I agree with you. But so is Fritz, though. Say same thing about Fritz, in my opinion. Potentially more consistently about Fritz. All right, 30-15 here early. On the ladies' side, it got Sabalenka versus Pagula. Have they played in a WTA 1000 final before? That seems like it would be a final that's happened before, because they're both such prominent names in the women's game, but I'm not sure that they have. I know they've played before. It's a double fault for Menzik, 30 all. Menzik needs to win these early games. Like, he can't just get off to a slow start where Fritz breaks him. That's not going to do it. Like, he needs some confidence in the early doors, I feel like. Especially on the serve. Like, he needs to get it going from the start if he can. That's a big serve down the tee, 40-30. Menzik, another addition to the Czech landscape in the tennis world, adding to so many great Czech players on the ladies' side. And then you had Tomáš Berdych earlier this year. You have Yuri Lehečka, Tomáš Malhach. Czech Republic doing good things in tennis. That's an ace down the tee. What you're talking about, Matthew. Good serving. 1-1. Early stages. Thank you guys for joining in if you have already joined in early on here. Fritz about to go for a serve. Backhand Menzik goes to the backhand of Fritz. Backhand, backhand Menzik. Forehand Fritz. Forehand Menzik. Forehand rally. That's going to go out from Menzik. So 15 love, Fritz. Both guys just feeling it out so far. Nothing crazy. They haven't. Doesn't feel like Menzik's found his rhythm yet, but that's normal. Very normal. It's not nothing really to gauge from yet. That's too important or too notable. Good serve from Fritz. 30 love. Fritz already a veteran here, though. Like, he's a veteran in these situations at this point. Like, he's been around the blocks, and he's playing the role of the experienced player here against MENSIK. There's no doubt about it. I mean, he hasn't been in these situations, in innumerable amount of times, but he's been here before, so he's playing the role of the experienced player. There's no doubt. 30-15. In fact, I do wonder how many Master semifinals he's been to. I think he's been to more quarterfinals than semis, but he has been in these kinds of situations. Obviously, he's only been to just one semifinal of a slam, and he got to the final. That was US Open last year. And this is his 5th Master semifinal. So his 6th semifinal of a big tournament, period. Forehand from MENSIK is going to go wide, so 2-1. Yeah, the serve is going to play a huge factor in this matchup. No doubt about it. That was obvious before they stepped onto the court. I think both players knew it. So we'll see what happens. But also there's the whole thing of, like, if they're both just unstoppable on serve, then all the other variables come into play, right? So that's the other thing, though. Hey, how are you doing, Joe? Good to see you. Good to see you. Tiebreaker, decide the first set. That's where I place my money. I agree with you. I think tiebreaker first set, but I'm taking Taylor. Doesn't look like any hangover from the Berrettini match. Yes, that was the big question, right? But to me, right when that match finished, I was like, Taylor's gonna get confidence from this. Like, obviously, you'd be like, after the second set, I was like, well, first of all, I was like, man, Mateo is on something. But I was like, man, how did Taylor lose the set? But the fact that he was able to come back anyway shows that Fritz is in a good way. Like, he's in a good place. Because that is not easy to do. Really showing why Taylor has been now world number 4. And why he's particularly so good on hard courts, right? I mean, if the whole tour was just hard courts, dare I say, I think he could just, like, he'd probably be able to hold on to his ranking for the next few years if he stays healthy. I mean, on hard courts, he's so good. Obviously, players like MENSIK are only going to get better and better, but outside of Sinner, Alcaraz, like, I mean, Sasha, maybe. Daniil is not really there anymore. Rublev's not really doing very well at the moment. Like, it's hard to say who's going to step up and, be better than really prime level on hard courts that Taylor's finding consistently, even if it's not, prime Novak. Like, he is very tough to handle. Very tough to handle. Big serve out wide, 15 love. Hey, how you doing, Lexi? Good to see you in here. I think Fritz will win, but I'd rather watch MENSIK versus Nole than Taylor versus Nole. Yeah, I think that's fair. MENSIK Nole was really fun the first time they played. Once again, I think it was in Shanghai. But I get the feeling that MENSIK really, honestly, truly idolized Novak a bit. The way that they had a conversation at the net after their first match just kind of gave me that feeling. I think MENSIK even said that at the net or something similar. So that's all. That always adds a little fun kind of spice to it all. Drop shot MENSIK. That's gonna be too good. 2-2. Good stuff. If you can hit a big serve, then are able to follow it up with a crafty drop shot. It's always a useful little 1-2 punch. 2-2 here in the first set. Djokovic obviously taking out Grigor Dimitrov very easily earlier today. That head-to-head is one-sided. Novak, in one of his more ridiculous statistics, 60th Masters final. What's crazy, actually, is that I think Federer got to like 56 of them or something, but he only won 28. No, I think he got to 50. So, yeah, Novak's just gone to 60. It's ridiculous. I don't know how many Rafa's got into. But I have a feeling that Rafa is just like really good in the finals. I'm not sure that he's gotten to as many, maybe even as many as Federer, but maybe as I'll say he's gotten to like 51 or something, like 51, 52. That seems almost familiar too. I think maybe 51, like right above Federer. He's been to 53 Masters finals, Rafa. So even 7 more Masters finals than Rafa. I mean, Novak is, I mean, I think he's indisputably the GOAT, but for 100% for sure, I mean, it's not even arguable. He is the undisputed king of Masters, and it's not even close, Novak. It's crazy how dominant he is, not just at Masters, but also at Slams. Like, not only at, I meant to say the other way, not only at Slams, but also at Masters. Ridiculous consistency and dominance at Masters. You'd think if he put his eggs all in one basket, like if he cared so much about the Slams, then, he could put his, not care as much about the Masters and kind of take his foot off the gas at those tournaments, but it's not the case at all. I mean, maybe the last 4 or 5 years, even if he did put his all into the Masters, he could have, 46, 47, 48 Masters even. But anyway, I mean, he's done everything in his career the right way to get the most amount of titles. I mean, through it all, he's even sacrificed some potentially for, things like he believes in with the, vaccines and everything. And, it's crazy. I mean, despite it all, regardless of what he could have done or would have done or should have done or what he's done, he's got 24 slams and 40 masters. Ridiculous numbers. That's a big forehand cross court from Fritz. So good with that forehand, +1, being able to finish off the court. But he's really good, Taylor. Now he's improved so much. I feel like in timing, almost like his movement has really accelerated his or not accelerated, but it's really improved his like ability to control the court with and time the ball as well, and being able to use like different shots, like even moving up and down the court and being able to slice it and hit drop shots. Like he's always had good hands, I felt like, but now he's really improved on those shots. And I don't know, and the width of shot, he's able to get the depth of shot, forehand and backhand. It's solid. His serve is amazing. I mean, it's just his like net game, transition game that could still be better, but like he's so good, Taylor. Novak versus Grigor, no sweat. Fortunately for Grigor, it never is, right? First has a 0-10 head-to-head versus Novak and only won 1 set in their last 7 meetings. Yeah, it's true. But yeah, no, I mean, it's true. But the match that they played at the ATP finals a few years ago, which went 7-6, 7-6, I thought Fritz could have won both of those sets, particularly the second set. Australian Open was super close last year. Really took the wins out of Novak, I felt like, before his match against Sinner. Because most of the time in the Australian Open, even 2012, Novak would pretty much just sail up until the semis and final. And that's why until that year, he had an unbeaten streak in the semis and final. But Fritz and also Alexei Popyrin, who would win Canada later last year, like I felt like took the wins out of Novak a little bit early on in that Australian Open tournament. For me, without question. I mean, without question, Fritz did in that quarterfinal. That was an underrated match. And I felt like after that match, it was a great showing to show that made me not surprised that Taylor ended up number 4 in the world, like year-end number 4, because he was really, that's not an easy thing to do, to play a match like that against Novak that I'm still talking about today. Like, it was a really impressive 4-set match. Really, if he didn't play a bad service game at like 3-4 in the 4th set after he got right back on serve, like that could have been an upset, or at least it could have gone 5 sets. Like, that was a really tough match. About as memorable of a performance in a 4-set loss that I remember against Novak in a slam outside of, like the big 4. At least not the most memorable, but one of the most memorable, if not the most. It's up there. Not really many others coming to mind from the top of my head. MENSIK so far 85% on first serve points, which is fantastic. Either 85% on first serve points or 85% first serves in. I'm going to check because I didn't quite catch it. Backhand goes wide from FRITZ after clipping the net. What did these stats say? Okay. So, I mean, it could have been either one. So 80% first serves in and 83% first serve points won is very good. That's a good stat. Solid. All right, we got 3 games apiece here. So sad to see the end of the Iala run at Miami. I loved her losing though, and then like putting her hands up into the air like she won, because I'm sure all the Filipino fans in the crowd and stuff were really excited to see somebody do that well and get that far in a tournament and have that representation at the big stages, and maybe a good sign for the future. She had a hell of a run. Like to see Djokovic get at least one more slam matchup against Sinner and Alcaraz before he retires. 100%. We have still not seen a Sinner Alcaraz major final. That needs to change. We need to see a Sinner Alcaraz and a Sinner Djokovic major final. I mean, what have been Sinner's major finals so far? Like, that's kind of crazy that he hasn't played one of them, but it's been Medvedev, Fritz, and Zverev, right? Because he's 3-0 in slam finals, I believe. I guess Alcaraz and Sinner have both not lost a major final yet. Correct me if I'm wrong on that, but I'm almost sure that's right. They're 7-0, right? Forehand, long rally in the match so far. Backhand slice of MENSIK goes to the forehand of FRITZ. Up high to the backhand of MENSIK. Backhand of FRITZ down the line. Forehand of MENSIK. Cross court, deep in the court. Good shot. Backhand. MENSIK steps in. Backhand of FRITZ is so good. Cross court. What a drop shot play from MENSIK. Love that. Let's go, Jakub. Jakub MENSIK with the shot of the match so far. Gets the 15-0 on Fritz's serve. That was a very important rally to win. That was a very impressive backhand from FRITZ, which somehow outside of the tram lines, MENSIK was able to pull off a very, very soft-handed dropper. Floated back inside the court like a feather, but a little bit quicker, so Fritz didn't have time to get to it. It's a big serve out wide just right away. No care in the world from Fritz about that. Right back to business, 30-15. That's where the serve bot allegations come from. It's like, I don't know. I think people get annoyed when people just have a serve that they have like a crutch in their back pocket. And it's almost unreturnable. It's like, people are like, I think they just got annoyed. But I mean, realistically, a serve is as, valid of a great shot in tennis as anything else. It's just, I guess, less flashy than other shots. I don't know. It's less interesting, right? There's less variation maybe with how you hit a serve compared to a lot of other shots. I guess. I don't know. There's still a lot of variation in serve. You're always standing in the same place, You're starting off the point. You're not returning your opponent's shot, which makes it a little bit easier. Fritz misses a drop shot, 40-30. Wow, what a point. Yes. I like the energy from you, Matthew, though. I see you're really back in MENSIK here. But I like it. Fritz just misses a serve long. MENSIK is one of those guys. He's one of those guys that I pulled a really big prediction for really early on. When I saw Sinner back in like challengers and early stuff at ATP Tour level, I was telling people he's a future world number one at some point. This kid is different. When I saw Mira play, like right away, I was like, she's not just going to be one of the best players in the world. She might be like she might be one of the best like players. I was like, she's gonna be she has really crazy potential. And MENSIK, I've been saying for a while, I think MENSIK could at some point get to world number 1. It's possible, even for a week. I think that's possible. MENSIK, I think, is better than a lot of people give him credit for to this point. I like that stat too, that he's to add to Sinner, Alcaraz, and Djokovic, the only guy on tour that has a positive record against top 10 players, having played at least 10 matches against them. That's a good sign as well, which is also an important stat for this match. Forehand down the line, MENSIK defending with the backhand slice. Forehand inside out, 4-3 for FRITZ. How's it going, M. Turner? Forehand forecast for the weekend is worrying. Sunday looks very bad. I haven't looked at it yet. Hopefully we get some sun out. Novak versus Grigor, no sweat. Yep, you're probably right on that one, Matthew. Sinner doesn't give many chances to players nowadays. I hope Sunday comes back good for him. Maybe he'll have dropped off a little bit. Yeah. I think if Novak's to get 25, he has to avoid Sinner. Maybe on clay can beat him, but nowhere else. I think everything you said was 100% spot on. I don't have anything else to add. The only thing I'll say is, how likely is it that Novak avoids Sinner is a pretty decent question, because Sinner has been so good at slams. I mean, Sinner has won the last 2 slams. He's on a 2+ consecutive slam record, right? Both of them on hard courts, though. He's yet to win a slam off of hard courts. So we'll see. I mean, that's kind of like Rafa with clay, right? It's like it took a while. Although Novak also Sinner's first 3 slams have all been on hard court. For Alcaraz, his first 3 slams were all on 3 different surfaces, right? Yeah, which that is insane by itself. Yeah, that's crazy by itself. But yeah, 3 slams, 3 different surfaces. Sinner, 3 slams, all on hard court. It's like Gustavo Kuerten, 3 slams, all on clay. He never won another slam again. Highly doubt that's going to be the case with Jannik. Federer, he won Wimbledon. They won Australian Open on hard court. Australian Open was grass court back in the day, but this was obviously on hard court. So Federer had more variation. Djokovic, hard court, and then he won one on grass. So it's really like pretty comparable to Rafa if we're looking at like recent like great players. So we'll see if Sinner can break that streak and win one off of hard court. I think, in my opinion, grass court in the near term is a better chance than clay court. But we'll see. I mean, Alcaraz last year at Wimbledon looked unbelievable. So looked unbelievable. But to be fair, also Tiafoe almost beat Alcaraz at Wimbledon. Like that's something that happened. Tiafoe almost beat him. So he's not unbeatable. But he seems to be unbeatable in Grand Slam finals. Seems very tough to beat. He seems unbeatable in finals of big tournaments in general. Alcaraz, he only just has to avoid Novak, right? Has he lost a big final to anybody outside of Novak? I don't think he has. Big backhand down the line for MENSIK. Great sign from him early, redirecting that shot. 40 love. Yeah, I don't think Carlos has lost a big final to anybody outside of Novak, which is unbelievable. And the only big finals he's lost have been Olympics and Cincinnati, right? Or am I forgetting something? Pretty sure that's right. Which were 2 all-time great matches in my books. Both of those. 2 of the best matches out that were not best of 5 ever, in my opinion. I say that in a heartbeat. I fully stand by that. In my books, that's the facts. Djokovic Alcaraz in general is an unbelievable rivalry so far. Every match has come with great, memorable drama and points. Backhand cross court, goes backhand slice of FRITZ, which goes long. We'll see if there is any, what's the word? Remaining kind of residue from that quarterfinal against Mateo. for Fritz. I don't know. Would it be a good thing for MENSIK to push this match pretty long? See if Fritz gets any bit tired. I don't know. But I wouldn't say to try to do that, but maybe that could be a good thing if it happens by accident. We're at 4-4. Forehand goes to the back end of Fritz. It's good depth. Forehand again to the back end of Fritz. Backhand slice MENSIK. That's in the net. 15 love. Sinner is yet to win a major outside hard court because he has only become this good last year. He couldn't train before RG and still went 5 with Carlos. Wimbledon, he was sick. Yeah, I mean, that's valid too. Yeah, I mean, you're probably right. That's true. He was sick. I mean, he said he was sick, and like, if we take Sinner by his word, he said he literally didn't sleep 1 minute all night before his match with Medvedev. And I kind of feel that, like, just watching that, he didn't play like bad, but for his standards, he was not himself. It didn't quite remind me of like Medvedev beating Alcaraz in the US Open, because even though Medvedev played really well, Sinner also very much contributed to that loss. For looking at how Sinner usually plays, I think Wimbledon's going to be a very successful place for Sinner. Very successful. I think we'll see. That could age badly, but I see no reason why grass courts aren't going to be his friend. We're at 15 all here. I really don't see a big reason why grass courts can't be a very successful place for Yannick. Serve down the tee. Good serving from Fritz. 30-15. First set definitely has an aura of a tiebreaker around it. You have to see break points, I think. Yeah, average first serve speed in this match, 124 miles per hour for Fritz, which is fast. It's not outrageous, but it's fast. And when you're picking your spots like Fritz is, it's very difficult to return. It's a great backhand down the line for MENSIK. 30 all. This could be something. This could be a chance for something. Forehand goes to the forehand of Fritz. Forehand rally. It's a backhand now from Fritz. Cross court. Slice of MENSIK is pretty short. Fritz attacks it. Forehand slice. Fritz in control. Yep. Just too short for MENSIK. That's what makes Fritz so tough these days, is that you you hit a ball a little bit too short. Fritz is very likely has the point one. That's what makes Fritz so tough these days. He's running on a lot of confidence on this surface. He's really able to step in either wing, backhand or forehand, hit it short. It's going to be very hard to continue from there. And with his depth and weight of shot, it's very hard for most players to not hit at least one ball short. Which is what it is. Especially the way Fritz can redirect the ball, even with the backhand. See there down the line. Backhand now cross court from Fritz. Goes to the backhand of MENSIK. Backhand to backhand. It's a drop shot. MENSIK. Fritz runs. He gets up there. Lob. It's going to be in. Tweener, Fritz. Oh, what a shot from Fritz, but MENSIK is ready for it. Deuce. Second deuce game of the match for MENSIK on Fritz's serve. Something Fritz has not achieved yet on MENSIK's serve. That was actually a good tweener attempt from Fritz. In hindsight, I think he got there with so much time, he maybe didn't need to do that. But I understand why he did. Yeah, he could have hit a forehand. It was a good shot, though. But he didn't really place the tweener, so ideally you probably wouldn't have hit the tweener. But not a bad shot. MENSIK did well to handle it. It's a good serve from Fritz down the tee. I don't know. MENSIK's got to find something on the return, especially that down the tee serve on the deuce side. It's the last couple of service games that's gotten him a few times. with not. I mean, that one didn't even look like it was that well placed. It just, but it's hard. It's hard to return that, no doubt. Forehand, it's going to be shanked. It goes in, though. Weird shot, and Fritz handles it amazingly well with the backhand. So good control with that backhand. Can go down the line, cross court. That backhand is so good from Taylor. 5-4. This is a good one so far. I'm enjoying it. So when is Sinner going to win his first slam off hard court then, Matthew? When's that going to happen? Let me know. And how many Roland Garros is he going to win? Is he going to win? Is he going to win if he's going to win any? You know. Yeah, they're showing that tweener from Taylor again. He really had so much time. I think he didn't think he was going to have as much time as he did, but it didn't end up mattering anyway. It was a good tweener, though. I've never seen Fritz hit a tweener. So cross that off my bucket list. Seeing Fritz hit a tweener. Off the things I want to see. Got serve here from MENSIK. Goes to the forehand of Fritz. Back in MENSIK. Comes in. Defensive lob from Fritz. MENSIK with the forehand. Inside out. Fritz runs. Can't get there. MENSIK doing just enough. Sinner will win Wimbledon. That was my prediction at the start of the season. All right. Well, same here. I mean, I made my predictions for Australia, French Open, Wimbledon, and U.S. Open. I had Sinner at Australia for the win in Australia. I had Sinner winning Wimbledon. I had I didn't know who to pick for the French. I picked Casper Ruud because I think he's going to win one at some point. I decided that this year is his year. We'll see. Carlos isn't being very consistent. Sinner is only going to just come back. So I don't hate the prediction at this point, but Casper Ruud is not really, it's not really giving me a whole lot of confidence in what he's doing at the moment, but that's okay. We'll see at the clay season how he does. And then U.S. Open, I said Carlos. I kind of had a feeling that Carlos was going to kind of struggle up until the hard court swing. I kind of feel like U.S. Open's going to end up being a successful place for him, even though it hasn't really been the last couple of years, really last year. But that Botic match was, I've said this before, that Botic match is such an outlier in Alcaraz's career that I don't think it's a real good summarization of what, or definite, like defining match for how Alcaraz's U.S. Open career is going to go. Like, just didn't really look like Alcaraz was, I mean, Botic played fantastic, and it really looked like Alcaraz was never really there. After winning the Channel Slam, it was just off, you know, after losing at the Olympics final. I don't know. Something was off from there. I mean, lost him on Feast in Canada or Cincinnati, so he didn't come in with great confidence either. Maybe he was tired. But with better preparation with his coaching team ahead of that season, especially if he doesn't do as well leading in, he's going to have more motivation. I think it could be kind of like a 2022 for him, and does well at the U.S. Open. Drop shot. Fritz comes in. Oh, that's a sweet shot from Taylor. Finding the angle that doesn't exist short in the court. Playing cat and mouse up at the net, playing butthead if you guys have played that before, where you hit the balls only hitting up the service boxes, which is super fun. Goes with the sweet touch passing shot behind MENSIK. Like I said, Fritz has good hands. He's got good hands. He's got good touch at the net. Backhand down the middle, goes to the backhand of MENSIK. Forehand of Fritz, again down the middle. MENSIK opens up the court, and he holds 5-5. Very important that game didn't go to deuce for MENSIK. That was a great injection of pace there, opening up the court. So who are your top predictions for the French Open? Give me your top 5 favorites in order if you can, Matthew. I'm curious. For the French at the moment. Or top 3, but either top 3 or top 5 on the men's side for the French. I'm curious. There's no Rafa. Rafa was always in those top 5, even if he had no success coming in. Even last year, when he came in just not having won anything, people were putting him in top 5 favorites to win the tournament. I mean, that's how crazy he is. But I still reckon that like the level he played against Zverev in the second and third sets of that match were like top 5 or top 10 level easily. Like if he somehow, got past Sasha Zverev, like he could have gone deep in that tournament. Who knows? But age is also a real thing. Like who knows? He probably would have gone tired anyway, like he did against what's his name? Nuno Borges in the final of wherever that was. I don't remember, to be honest. The Swedish Open, I guess, in Bastad, maybe in his last ATP final. I got love 15. It's still crazy to me that Rafa's last opponent was Botic van de Zandschulp. The main reason why that's crazy to me is that his second to last opponent was Novak Djokovic. Like that would have kind of been a more perfect way to end his career, but it's fine. Forehand down the line goes the backhand of Fritz. That's a great backhand in a pressure moment. What a backhand, honestly. That was not even a shot that looked like Fritz was even going to really be able to attack. That's a ridiculous kind of show of Fritz's backhand quality. Girl almost gets pelted in the face by that ball in the crowd. She is okay. 30-15, Fritz with the ace out wide. Yeah, I don't know. For the French Open, it's really hard to say. I'd have to say number 1 favorite is still Alcaraz. Like if I was like actually laying down like favorites for the tournament, I'd probably say Alcaraz, then maybe Sinner, then Novak, I guess. But no, I mean, like, listen, like Casper Ruud, like last year probably should have made the final. I really think he was sick against Sasha in the semifinals. If he did, that would have been 3 French Open finals in a row. So Casper Ruud is not somebody to play around with at the French. I really feel like that. And I think in general, he's a top 5 player on clay. I mean, he is a top 5 player on clay. I mean, even Tsitsipas, you want to add him in. Sinner, Alcaraz, Djokovic, Tsitsipas. Like, who else are you putting in front of Casper? Like, unless you put Holger in there, which I really don't. Well, Sasha, I guess, as well. But honestly, for me, I think Casper at his best is a top 5 player on clay. I almost feel like, I don't know, Casper and Steph, since like 2022, it would be pretty close to say who's the better player on clay courts. I mean, results wise, you'd probably pick Steph because he's won a few Monte Carlos, but Casper is very good. Steph has not made it to 2 French Open finals. He's made to 1 and was up 2 sets to love on Novak, which is also notable, but Zverev, even though I hate him, I feel that. you have to put Sasha in there for sure. For me, it really depends on the draw. Yeah, you're right. It's not the answer I like to hear, but you're right. Matchups are such a big thing in tennis, so even if a player is like, players can just get the wrong draw and just go up against a guy that they're ranked higher, but they just don't hate playing them. So draws are important, no doubt. And they could get like 3 of those type of guys in a row. And that's just to make it to the quarterfinals or the semifinals. So draws definitely matter. All right, 5-6. Playing in the big Hard Rock Stadium. Forehand to MENSIK, down the line, back into FRITZ. Forehand to MENSIK's the drop shot. FRITZ runs. Oh, that somehow goes in. MENSIK, very alert, because that was a wicked shot to go in from FRITZ. It looked like the point was over, and FRITZ gets to the drop shot and somehow hits the net and goes over. Wicked bounce off of the net, and that could have gotten tricky. MENSIK very alert there. Just stayed with it. Forehand to MENSIK, goes inside out. Back in FRITZ, back into MENSIK. Up to the forehand of MENSIK, which is a great shot inside out. Back into MENSIK. Goes to forehand of FRITZ. It's going to be in the net from FRITZ. Few times in this, I mean, MENSIK's gotten to deuce on a couple of Fritz's service games, and FRITZ on a few times in the set, even though I think both players have played well, I think there are a few times in the set where he kind of looks, I don't want to speak too soon. I don't want to say sluggish in the legs, but like he just doesn't get up to some balls with his legs almost, it feels like. I don't know if it's true, but that's what it seems like on a few shots. So I'm just going to keep a gauge on it. But there are a few times where I feel like there are some shots that I just wouldn't really feel like FRITZ would miss. And I feel like he just didn't get up to it enough. Like usual, anyway. Still might find a way through here, but even if that is the case, but that's something I would say. It's a good smash from FRITZ, 30-15. We could have Sinner, Alcaraz, Nole, Steph, Rude, and Fonseca in the same half of the draw. That would be wild. Yeah. Well, I mean, who wins Casper versus Fonseca? That would be a blockbuster. Fonseca against any of those guys would be a blockbuster. Yeah. Alcaraz versus Fonseca is the one that everybody is waiting for, including myself. Yeah. Has Alcaraz played MENSIK yet? And has Sinner played MENSIK yet? I don't think so, right? I don't remember it. Yeah, Alcaraz has not played MENSIK yet, so I'm waiting for that one too. I don't think he's played Prismic either. Sinner MENSIK? Yeah, 0-0. MENSIK has yet to play either of those guys, so I'm waiting on that too. Hopefully Fonseca and MENSIK can play against those guys soon. That's what I want to see. Total points won, by the way, in this match so far is 34 points apiece. MENSIK serves it out. Now we are playing tiebreaker. FRITZ with a forehand. Inside in on that outside line. 1-0. Down that outside line. Let me know who's going to win this tiebreaker. What's going to be the score? I'm taking Taylor 7-4. Let me know what you guys think. I'll take Taylor 7-4. Let me know. Whoever gets the closest, I'll shout you out. I'll take 7-4 FRITZ. It's a big serve for MENSIK out wide. 1-1. This was always going to go to a tiebreak. It had that feeling about it. But what I was saying, I mean, MENSIK's got into a couple of deuce games on Fritz's serve. FRITZ has not managed to do the same on MENSIK's serve once, I think. I don't think any of MENSIK's games went to deuce. So something to keep in mind. MENSIK's been impressive so far. I think it's been a high-level first set. Definitely high-level serving. 2-1 as MENSIK storms down another ace. Grabbing half the line, and that is well more than enough. Forehand, back into Fritz, back into MENSIK. Back into Fritz. Forehand cross court, forehand of MENSIK. Got backhand to backhand, back into MENSIK again, to the backhand of Fritz. Back in MENSIK. Ooh, net cord from Fritz goes back on his side. Net cord's not really going the way of Fritz so far. 3-1. Okay. Let's go MENSIK. Doing well. Yeah, MENSIK shows up in the big matches, though. Notable to say. I mean, even when he played Novak, he made it close. Has a winning record against, he has a winning record against top 10 players so far. Strong stuff. 3-1. What do you guys think? Is Fritz a little bit tired from the Berrettini match or not? Backhand. Ooh, I thought that was out, but just goes in. Forehand inside out. MENSIK gets to a forehand swing volley. It's going to be a winner. Fritz makes no mistake about that one. 3-2. 3-2 Taylor. Both guys have such a good forehand inside out. I mean, they're both so good at opening up the court with their forehands. And Fritz also with his backhand, but that forehand does damage. 100 miles per hour forehand winner, or forehand, I guess, swinging volley or whatever. I'd expect it to be faster, actually, than that. Forehand, that's a swinging volley from MENSIK, cross court 4-2. I don't think my prediction is going to be right. Fritz would have to win the next 5 consecutive points, including what would that be? At least 3 on MENSIK serve. So I don't think that's going to happen, but we'll see. Yeah, I mean, strong stuff. I mean, Fritz, 17 winners in the set, 11 unforced errors. MENSIK, 17 winners in the set, 10 unforced errors. Very, very even stuff in this first set so far. I mean, going into a 6-6 tiebreaker, they both have won the exact same number of points. So it's been very even. It's been very even so far, but MENSIK with the lead in this breaker. Even though 5-2 is very different from 4-3. So big point here. It's a good serve down the tee. MENSIK goes back in swing. Oh! That is a choke from MENSIK. That is a point MENSIK need to win. He should have went down the line, I think, with the initial swinging volley. And he goes cross, and he doesn't get a good angle on it because that's tough. And then he waits too long for the ball to get low. He just made that point tricky on himself. He kind of little bit helped Fritz get back into the point. And Fritz, so good these days at taking anything that's given to him. So that it should be 5-2. Partly due to Fritz, partly due to MENSIK. It's 4-3. Back, yeah, it's going to go long. So just a little bit of a choke here for MENSIK. I'm not going to lie. That's a backhand unforced error. Some nerves creeping into the game of the Czech. 4-4. MENSIK was just trying to save my prediction. MENSIK was trying to save my prediction of 7-4. He knew if he lost that point, it was over for me. Or if he won that point, in fact. Forehand, cross court goes to the forehand of MENSIK. Just cross the net, back into MENSIK. Forehand of Fritz. Short. MENSIK, forehand inside out. Fritz defending with the backhand. Forehand cross court. It's going to be too good. 5-4. MENSIK with a mini break again. 5-4. Serving for the first set, in fact. MENSIK 7-5. MENSIK 9-7. MENSIK 7-5. All right. You guys are looking like y'all could be onto something, Mira. Sean. Fonseca for me is like Alcaraz in that even if he loses, I just like watching him play. He just brings something to tennis that we've never seen before. He's just one of those guys. I mean, back in the day, we had, Rod Laver bringing something we'd never seen before to that point. We had, Sampras, Johnny Mack, Borg, all of these guys. Like, these are the guys who are like making tennis fresh. And it's like, we had Federer, Novak, Rafa. Now we have had Sinner and Alcaraz, Fonseca. Like, they're not yet on the level of those other guys I mentioned, but they're strong. Forehand down the line goes to the back end of Fritz. Long rally here. Back and cross court goes to the back end of Fritz. Big point. 5-4 for MENSIK. That's right on the baseline. MENSIK forehand. Very central from both. Forehand inside out has been so good this set, and Fritz misses the backhand down the line. MENSIK, I mean, Fritz's shot's falling a little bit too central, and MENSIK is just really able to open up with a forehand inside out. That's been a play quite a few number of times now. Fritz needs to avoid MENSIK stepping in and hitting that shot. And he's just not really been able to do that, particularly off his backhand. I mean, he's hit some great backhands, but a few of them have gone pretty central. So he needs to avoid that. 6-4, serve down the tee, backhand. Fritz somehow gets it, backhand cross. Oh, Fritz is there, but he misses it. Too much pace from Yaku MENSIK, 7-6. He's one set away from his first Masters final. Trying to take on a guy who's playing his 60th. That's a storyline, too. First Masters final versus 60th Masters final. This would be Fritz's second Masters final, isn't that right? It feels like it would be way more, but I think it's just Indian Wells in 2020, whatever, 2022. And obviously got to a Slam final, but I'm nearly sure that that's the only Masters final he's been to, right? Yeah, it is. In fact, yeah, Taylor Fritz, his record in big tournaments, Grand Slams, 0-1. ATP Finals, 0-1. ATP 1000, 1-0. He's been to one of each. To make that very symmetrical, he's got to make like an Olympics final and win it. Be 1-0 in his finals at ATP 1000 and Olympics, and then 0-1 in Slams and ATP Finals. All right, so I said 7-4, but I said 7-4 for Taylor. So shout out to Sean, shout out to Mira. You guys are very close. MENSIK has won every tiebreaker his tournament. Man has been clutch. Yes, that's great. And also, I saw another stat that Dimitrov is either not MENSIK, but Grigor going into the match against Novak, coming off of some tight matches. He has won either his like 9 of his last 10 tiebreakers or 9 of his last 10 deciding set tiebreakers. I mean, saving a match point versus Cerundolo. He played a close match against Karin Khachanov. Good match against Nakashima as well. And yeah, MENSIK definitely proving to be a clutch player, which that is a big thing for a young guy. Not enough people paying attention to MENSIK. I mean, it's very clear to me. He's still a teenager, 19 years old. He'll only turn 20 in September. Just crazy. All right, second set underway. Ooh, MENSIK goes for a big forehand, misses it wide. Love 15. So yeah, Fritz has only been to 2 finals of big tournaments. He's lost quite a few Masters semifinals. Trying to avoid his 5th loss in the Masters semifinal. That somehow stays in from MENSIK. And now Fritz running all over the court. That somehow stays in from Fritz. Backhand, that also goes in. What a rally. Forehand slice, that stays in. Forehand cross court. What a ridiculous rally that was. About 5 shots that you'd have to see to believe. That was unbelievable. Love 30. Fritz scrambling everywhere. They hit about 5 lines there. I don't know how that backhand stayed in. What a lob from Fritz defending. Then a ridiculous retrieval from MENSIK. Love 30. Fritz fighting hard already to start off the second set. Love the positive body language and confident demeanor off from Fritz already. Fritz looking a little bit tired in the legs, though. Even that forehand is like a shot that I wouldn't expect him to miss in general. So that I'm kind of feeling like some of it is maybe residue from like a long quarterfinal match going into the semis now. Some residual effects. Whether it's the central backhands or some of the forehands that he just hasn't really quite gone up to. But that being said, With an unforced error into the net from Jakub Menzik, it is 15-40 for Fritz. 2 break points. I think it's his first break point of the match. Yeah, first break point for either player of the match. Which is right. First break point for either player, and Fritz has 2 of them. Yep, saw that one coming. Menzik with a big serve out wide. Ace. 30-40. He's got one more to save. Can he find another big serve? Fritz with the backhand down the middle. Forehand of Menzik. Inside out. That shot's been so good today. Backhand cross court goes to the backhand of Menzik. Big point here. Backhand down the line. Forehand of Fritz. Scrambling. Forehand of Menzik. Hits the net, but it goes in. Forehand big to the backhand of Fritz. Backhand Menzik. Again cross court. Maybe the longest rally of the match, I think. That's a backhand into the net. 1-0 Fritz, who breaks the start off the second set, which is strong stuff from a player that deserves his top 5 position and showing why he does by having a strong start right away in the second set. Do you know what's happened to Jerry? Jerry Shang, is he still injured? Yes, he's still injured, but I saw something like an update from him. He had surgery, and he said the surgery's gone well, and he's already looking forward to getting back on court. So I don't know when he's planning to get back on court, but I'm hoping by Madrid he'll be back, at least. I can't remember what he said, but I don't want to speak something wrong. But yeah, he said it on Instagram. I saw. It's always a little bit nerve-wracking when players get surgery because you never quite know how it's going to go for sure. But luckily for Jerry, he says it's gone well. Bro. All right, we got second game of the match here, of the set, I should say. Starting off, love 15. Fritz serving. Backhand cross court. Back into Fritz. Makes no mistake with that one down the line. 15 all. Is it going to be an easy second set for Fritz? Or is Menzik going to cause some problems? Time will tell. Menzik needs to get his own first break point of the match if he wants to have literally anything above a 0% chance in the set. Needs to change that from 0 for 0. His break point conversions. Forehand to Menzik goes to the forehand to Fritz. That's going to be long. 15-30. That forehand definitely getting away from Taylor a bit. $30 all, 1-0. The second set. Nole was / is Menzik's mentor of his first 1,000 finals against him. One for the books. I like that, Mira. Yeah, Menzik very much looks up to Novak. I mean, I don't know. When's the last? I mean, you know, Novak's made 60 Masters finals. You never know when his last one's going to be. I don't expect it to be here, but it is funny if Menzik's first Masters final, no matter if it's, you know, one of Novak's last ones or not, like, this would be funny for his first one to be against his mentor has been to 60 of them. So this is mind-bending number, 60 Masters finals. Forehand, that's in the net from Menzik. Ooh, Menzik feeling like his foot or his hamstring or something. That's not a good sign. Maybe a cramp. I don't know. I hope not. Feeling out something with the legs. 40-30. Could also be a sign of stress at the moment. I mean, that's definitely got to be at least a factor, you would think. Always tends to be. Particularly after, losing your first service game of the second set. Ooh, what a backhand strike from FRITZ. By far his best shot of the match. By a country mile with a backhand swing down the line. That felt like it was triple digits. At least over 90. That was a big backhand. 2-0 FRITZ. Keep a watch on that MENSIK injury as well. But I'm not going to lie. This level of FRITZ, I think, I don't mean to be negative, but Djokovic is going to very much like his chances in the final. MENSIK would have much better chances against Novak. FRITZ, I don't see it. I'm not going to lie. But MENSIK needs to be healthy too. I mean, he can't be having some issue. Like, I think he was looking at his hamstring, but his foot or, his leg, his ankle, whatever it is, like, he's got to be fully healthy to face Novak and take him down, which is possible. I don't think it's impossible. It's also not happened before. I mean, well, first of all, like Sinner and stuff have beaten him, but also like in Shanghai last year, but also like Kareem Khachanov taking him out in Paris, like even more in Novak's prime, like 2018, Runa taking him out 2022 Paris. Like it's happened that a young guy, takes out Novak in a Masters final. So it's definitely not impossible, even if it's not likely. Taylor Fritz, even though he was my pick to win the tournament before the tournament started, with this level, I just think he really needs to bring a much higher level to even have a chance against Novak. It's a big forehand inside out from MENSIK, 30-15. And I mean, I really think both players have played well, but I just think that Fritz needs a higher level than this to like his chances against Nole. Serve. A wide forehand, big shot cross court. Didn't think MENSIK was that good back of the court. Expect the longer rallies to be won by Taylor, but it's MENSIK that has dominated them. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, MENSIK's been more comfortable in the long rallies. I think so. I bet MENSIK. What do I do? Sell? I'm afraid Fritz return ahead. Alessandro. I don't know. It's tennis is unpredictable. It could go either way, but no, I mean, to me, it's not clear at all that Fritz is gonna. I mean, I don't listen to me, right? I don't know. Say that first. Second thing I'll say is, it's not fully clear that now Fritz is gonna just come back and win this match. Could happen. So don't listen to me. I don't know. It could happen, could not happen, but I could see MENSIK losing the set and winning the third set. Fritz could definitely win in 3 as well. But nothing is clear yet. Nothing is clear yet. And I don't think Fritz is playing his best, to be fair. He's playing well, but not his very best. Partially because I don't feel like his forehand is quite at his best yet. Yeah, Djokovic going for his 100th career title. That's impressive. I wonder if either Federer or Connors won their 100th title, winning a big title. Federer didn't, actually. Federer won it in Dubai, which is a big title, but it's not a big title. It's not a Masters or a Slam, or ATP Finals or Olympics. Jimmy Connors. I could be wrong. I think Connors won his last slam as his 100th title at the U.S. Open. I could be wrong, but I have that in my head, and I think that's right. It is right. Took out Ivan Lendl 6-3, 6-7, 7-5, 6-0. The 1983 U.S. Open final. That was so. Yeah, I mean, maybe Djokovic can take some inspiration from that. It's not a slam, but at least win a Masters as his 100th title. We'll see. We'll see. MENSIK trying to fight his way back here in the second set. 15-all here. Forehand of Fritz. Oh, it just goes just back behind the baseline. That's what I'm saying. Fritz's forehand just doesn't look there. I could be wrong with my estimation of Taylor, but I've seen him play quite a bit. I think he's tired. I don't really know how else to put it. I think he's tired, and I think his legs are a little bit tired. Like from I mean not just Berrettini, but probably the rest of the tournament as well. But I think it's made it a little bit tougher here. He almost missed that second serve, by the way, but he made it. Forehand, that's in the bottom of the net from MENSIK, 30-all. This is a massive point coming up. I kind of feel like MENSIK's gonna cause more trouble here for Fritz in this game. Let's see. Serve goes to the forehand of MENSIK, forehand of Fritz. Just cross court, forehand of MENSIK. That's going to go long, 40-30. Going to be a forehand long from MENSIK. He would have liked to get a couple of those forehands back in that game. 3-1. Something that I feel like he's been so good and consistent with MENSIK. The forehand in particular is a few unforced errors there. Really when it mattered the most. But I mean, I think if he stays with it, he has a chance to break Fritz back here. I mean, like I said, even the last set, he got to deuce a couple of times on Fritz's serve. And that was a close game there. Just got to stay with it. Could get some chances. Forehand goes to the backhand of Fritz, who it's a great backhand cross court. Left 15, looking for that reassurance break to get a double break here. Left 15. Djokovic would quite enjoy playing two guys in a row in the semis and the final who he has a, whatever, I don't even know what, 14-1 record, 10-0 record against. I don't know if those are the exact numbers, but like for Dimitrov, I don't know. Is it 14-1 now? Something like that. But he definitely would not mind playing two guys who he has so much, dominated in their head-to-heads. (13-1). Yeah, 13-1 against Grigor. It's ridiculous. Against a player as good as Dimitrov, 30-15 for MENSIK. Backhand of Fritz goes wide. By the way, you guys see the end of the Lakers versus Bulls game yesterday? I didn't catch it live, but I was watching like the middle of that game, and then I'm kind of pissed at myself that I didn't see the end, but just watching the highlights back, and obviously that the ending sequence that's been all over social media, that is insane. I love it. It's also just a great storybook finish. Like even just like the Lakers losing it, it just almost added another, because like Lakers winning it is expected, but the Bulls, for them to have such an unexpected kind of thing like that. I don't know. Also, like the team that Jordan played for, and obviously, I mean, they have great players now too, but um, I don't know. That was exciting. Just so many twists and turns. I right after I saw it, like I've seen countless highlights of like NBA greatest endings of games. Right after I saw it, I was like, that might be the best one I've ever seen. Like just the last like 5 minutes of the game were just like something like you couldn't have scripted it any better. Listen to me, Menzik do break on 2-4. I feel so. Okay, let's see. All right, I'll be back in a second, guys. I'll be back for this 3-2 game. Fritz definitely looks like he's winning. I can see Menzik winning this in 2. Fritz will need his young opponent to come off his level to win this match. So really backing Menzik's level here, I see. Yeah, I mean, I think Menzik is playing quite well. I think I agree with you in general. I think it's possible. I definitely agree with you about Fritz, though. I think he's definitely having a little bit of a struggle in this match compared to his relative standards. Comes to net there. It's not a great approach. Menzik with a fantastic couple of backhands. Fritz can't cover the net. It's 15-30. This is what you're talking about, Matt, because this might be the chance for Menzik to break. He's just got to stay with it. It's only a matter of time for him to get a break point. Those were a fantastic couple of backhands. These young guys are just such stellar athletes. I am not worried about the next era of tennis at all, man. Like, I don't know. I really fail to understand people who are that worried about where tennis goes from here. Like, obviously, nothing can follow up like the big. That was a horrific return off the forehand for Menzik. I don't even know what that was, but barely got to the net all even. But big point coming here. But basically, like my thought is like between the big three and Sampras and Axel, there was like a few years period where there was like a big struggle. So there's barely none of that because Sinner and Alcaraz got so good right away, but we're seeing a little bit of it. But I mean, listen, these guys are so good, all of them. Even Shane, who was brought up earlier, like these guys are so fun to watch and such good athletes and bringing some fresh stuff to the game. Like next era is going to be great, man. I've got faith. Backhand cross goes to the back end of Menzik, back end of Fritz. Stays in. So is the shot from Menzik. Forehand. It's back into Fritz. That's in the net. That is strong from Menzik. Hanging tough in the rally. That was not easy at all. Trust me. Pulled a shot that Fritz barely got in with a shot that barely got in him from him. Two couple lines in a row there. Balls that caught the line. Deuce. Serve out wide. Too good. Miraculously, no break points for Menzik yet in this match, even though he's gone 3 games to deuce, and he got some mini breaks in the tiebreaker. Somehow no break points yet. It's amazing that Fritz has been the one that's had 2 break points and MENSIK has 0. I mean, Fritz is serving well, but MENSIK is doing pretty well in these return games, to be honest. Advantage to Fritz. But Fritz is clutch on serve. He knows how to get out of a service game, and he does there again. Clutch down the tee. 4-2. 4-2, 4-2. Sell. Fair enough. Fritz definitely will have some mental fatigue. Plus, for MENSIK, is that so long left in the set, he'll get a chance to break. I think he will too. I think he'll get a chance to break too. MENSIK was 9-4 to win this match. Was a crazy price for such a close match. Yes, that's true. That is it's kind of unreal to me that they didn't have MENSIK a little bit higher than that with his chances, because that's pretty crazy. If they had MENSIK low like that, that's crazy, because this in my head was a very close matchup. I did choose. I was pretty confident though that Fritz was going to win. Right now, I mean, Fritz is up love 30 here, but you'd have to pick MENSIK as the favorite to win this match at this point. Maybe, I don't know. Actually, that maybe is not true. I don't know, but MENSIK has been the better player so far in the match. But I'll still take Taylor for the win though. I don't know. We'll see. I'm very high on MENSIK. I'm not quite sure this is his time. But if Fritz wins, Novak could win the final like 6-2, 6-3 or something. Like I don't know how much this version of Fritz has a good chance against Novak. 30 all for MENSIK. If MENSIK, sticks with it, this next game could be a chance, the break point chance, because at 2-4 love 30, MENSIK almost looking like he's rushing. It almost looked like Fritz was about to win the set for sure. And MENSIK with a great serve out wide, suddenly set's still on. MENSIK could find his way back here. 40-30, 3 great points in a row for MENSIK quickly. Backhand goes right into the net. Good hold from MENSIK. 4-3, very strong. Who's played in last year's next gen competition? Fonseca, MENSIK, Shang, Tien, and who? Feast was there. No. Let me remember. I want to remember. Bazavaretti was there. Tien was there. So it was Fonseca, MENSIK, Shang, Tien, Bazavaretti, Feast. I think. I'm pretty sure Feast was still there. Let me remember. It was a very, very, very good lineup. I mean, even just those 6 by themselves are very good. Do I remember? There are 2 other ones. Let me see if I can remember without looking it up. Feast was there. Yes. Yep. Who are the other 2 though? I want to remember without looking it up. Who could have been there? Oh, was Luca Nardi? I think Luca Nardi, right? That seems familiar. Was it Nardi? I think it was Nardi. And Mickelson. Yes, Sean. Thanks. Mickelson. I think it was Nardi and Mickelson, yeah? Teamwork. That's the greatest next-gen finals lineup yet. That's going to age very crazily well. Like, that is a crazy, crazy lineup. It's already aged well. I mean, those are fantastic players. Oh, no. Okay, one of them's wrong. Who did I say? Feast, Mickelson, MENSIK, Shang, Tien. But Von Osh was there. So who did we say that was not there? What? Who was there that we... Now I'm confused. What? Oh, Luca Nardi? Okay, so Luca Nardi wasn't there. Luca Van Osh was there. Okay, that makes sense. Is Lucanardi like too old now, or was he like not healthy, or did he just not play? Because I would have thought he would have been ranked high enough, but maybe not, because all those guys were pretty high ranked at the end of last year. So maybe Nardi was like the next one in, and maybe he didn't accept the alternate or something. I don't know. I just remember he was bad at that fitness challenge, and Feast killed it. Yeah, crazy that Feast was still playing next gen finals last year, but I kind of think they should maybe cut down the next gen finals by like a year, like the age limit. Like maybe if you're 21, you can't play. Like it's only 20 and under. Like that would kind of make sense to me, especially because tennis has kind of reverted back to how it used to be, where guys are so good so early now already. Like I feel like maybe it should be 20 and under. Also, this is less important, but I still don't like the fact that it might be an unpopular opinion, but I really don't like that next gen finals counts for ATP head to head. Like I like Laver Cup counting for ATP head to head more than next gen finals. Next gen finals is so separate in my head from everything else. It's like it's in like the last week of December. It's the first of 4 games in a set. It's like it's between the best young players, and it's so different from everything else. It's just like, why is it in the ATP head to head? It seems so. It's trying to force the next gen finals to be a prestigious tournament by adding it to the ATP head to head. There's no way. Whenever I see it counted in an ATP head to head, in fact, I don't count it. I literally don't. I just my opinion. I don't like counting it. It doesn't make any sense to me. That's my opinion about it. I prefer Labor Cup because I understand Labor Cup. They actually want to win for the big prize money. They want to win for the prize money that the whole team gets. They've got a team of great legends playing. Like they actually want to try and win. So that Labor Cup makes a little bit more sense to me. But next gen finals is just so separate. What a half volley from MENSIK. Fritz nearly pulls off a great shot with a flick of the racket at the net, but just missed it. That was a wicked half volley from MENSIK. What a shot to even attempt. Backing down the line. MENSIK's there. Great get. Forehand inside out. MENSIK running. Gets a lob. That backspins over the net. Fritz puts it away for a lucky fan to catch in the crowd. 15 all. Some great speed from MENSIK to make it a little bit tougher for Taylor. Backhand. Oh, what a shot from Fritz. Unbelievable backhand defensive slice. That was ridiculous. Those are the kind of shots that are probably not going to get on highlight reels, but those are the kind of shots that have been winning Fritz matches. Just really impressive. Just like 70, 50%, 75% shots. Like not like the 100% all out aggressive winners, but the shots that, hey, they might not always win you the point, but they are going to make it really tough consistently for your opponent to feel like he can hit almost like, even when you're putting your Fritz on defense, like he can still put it right back to neutral and have good defense to offense and just like really impressive, like shots, even when, you know, they might not win him the point all immediately always. Big point here again. Backhand return. Backhand from Fritz. Cross court. Goes to the backhand of MENSIK. Backhand Fritz. Down the line. Big to the forehand of MENSIK. Short. Forehand. Once again, MENSIK opening up the court brilliantly with an inside out forehand. Fritz defending. MENSIK just really doing well opening up the court with his forehand. It's really impressive, honestly, to me. 40-30 for MENSIK. Doing really well from the back of the court. No doubt. 40-30. Backhand goes to the forehand of Fritz. Hits the top of the net. 5-4. Does MENSIK have a break in him, or are we going to go 3? Let's see. All comes down to the next game. Fritz so often drops the first point on serve. I think if Fritz does make the final, his energy will be back as he'll have a day's rest. Yeah, I mean, I think that's fair enough. But how many 3-set matches has Fritz played in this tournament? Is my question. He played the 3-setter against Berrettini because it's not only that match that kind of has made him a little bit mentally and physically exhausted. It's like, right? I mean, it's the whole tournament, but yeah, I mean that was his only 3-set match. I mean, before that he's had Chapo, which was actually a really close first set, but Sonego is also a close first set. Adam Walton, Shapovalov, Sonego. I mean, he's had a good draw, to be fair. Berrettini was really difficult, obviously. Yeah, I think with a day's rest, Fritz could be back to his best self. So we'll see. Hopefully that's the case. Even if he's not at 100%, hopefully he's still at like 95 or 90. I guess that's the best you can hope for at the end of a tournament, really. The end of a big tournament. Forehand cross score, very good shot from Fritz. 15 love. I'm sure Fritz would be very motivated to get to another Masters final, his second Masters final, and really have a after the huge year he had last year to really build on it and have a result like that in 2025 would be major motivation for him. So if he can just have one push here of this third set, assuming he gets there, and just really go back to full flow with his forehand and try to get it to MENSIK's backhand as much as possible, not let him open it up with the forehand. Maybe I think still like implement some drop shots, Fritz, if he can. Maybe even come to net if he can a little bit. I mean, I think those are some things that could work for him. And definitely trying to get a break on MENSIK's serve like he did in the first game, especially if MENSIK kind of wavers a little bit. Because I think he will need that because MENSIK's been serving that good that he'll kind of need MENSIK to waver a little bit to break him. 3 set points for Fritz. Serve out wide is going to be out. Second serve. Down the tee. Oh, blasted forehand return from MENSIK. 40-15. Just grip and rip. Set point number 2. Fritz says, all right. It's an ace down the tee. Fritz wins the second set. Let me know what you guys think is going to be the score in the third set. Let's go. Third set. I'm still telling you, I'm backing Taylor. I'll say Taylor. Say Taylor either 6-4 or 7-5. I can't decide. I kind of don't think it goes to a tiebreaker, even though the arrows kind of point that way that it does. Maybe I'll say 6-4 Fritz. I'll say 6-4 Fritz. Let me know what you guys think. $15 unforced errors for MENSIK. That's the key stat. Too many unforced errors for MENSIK. That's really the main thing to mention. Just too many unforced errors. I don't think Fritz played spectacular. I don't think Fritz would say himself that he played spectacular. Although he won 83% of his first serve points. Made just 60% first serves in though, but he did well behind his second serve as well. but MENSIK got a hit less on forced errors. That's MENSIK's main. Keep doing the things that's been doing well for him. Maybe like kind of hitting to Fritz's backhand, opening up the court with his forehand, particularly forehand inside out, and just serving bombs, right? And staying with it, not giving Fritz too much to work with, not hitting too many short balls or anything. 7-5 Taylor. Okay, I'll go 6-4 Taylor. 6-4 MENSIK. MENSIK had a dip in the second set, but I think he gets it back in the third. 6-3 MENSIK. I like that take. It's possible. I'm going 6-4 Fritz, but I could see a 6-3 MENSIK too. We'll see. I like your backing MENSIK, Matt, though. I really like MENSIK. Like, this guy is so freaking good, man. Like, he's just really good. Such a talent. He's got great athleticism, I feel like, as well. I think one of the best things about him, he's got a great head on his shoulders. I think a great sign about MENSIK is that, like, the first couple of slams that he played, like, even before he played many ATP Tour events, like, he got to, like, the third or fourth round of both of his first two, like, slams. I think that's right. I'll double check on that, but I'm pretty sure that's right. Like, his ATP Tour level, like, record to start off his career was, like, at one point it was like 9-4. Right now he's like 40-27, which is very good to start off a career 40-27. And so the first Grand Slam tournament he played got to the third round. That is unusual. I mean, he's already got 58% win-loss record at slams. That's very good to start off your career with 58%. I mean, presumably that's only going to get way higher from here, too. But that, I mean, it's very strong. I mean, a guy like Sebastian Baez, he struggled for a while to even get to the third round of a major. Like, he barely has gotten to third rounds of majors. MENSIK, first Grand Slam he plays, gets to the third round. It's impressive. Yeah, qualified into the tournament as well, so he won 5 matches. That was an impressive run. Been a quick match, but you wouldn't really expect much different with these two. I like Messi watching Djokovic. Messi and Djokovic are the goats of their sports in my eyes. Joker's the greatest player who's ever picked up a racket. MENSIK is the greatest soccer player of all time. It's what we all know. Nobody wants to admit it. No, Messi is the greatest soccer player of all time, in my opinion. I'm not that versed in soccer stats, but that's what it seems to me. Pele also you have to mention when it comes to soccer. But for me, I think Messi and Djokovic are the goats of their sport. And I still have Jordan for basketball. I know that a lot of people are choosing LeBron now. And that has nothing to do with last night. Trust me. But Jordan is the best basketball player ever. Either Jordan or like Steph Curry, I almost like start to feel like he has like a case for being one of the greatest. Well, if Curry wins the championships this year, I feel like I might start saying Curry is the GOAT because it makes he has a pretty good case for the GOAT. If he gets a 5th ring, like if he gets a 5th ring, he has the most rings of anybody in his era. I think Curry has a pretty good case for it. But as of right now, I have Jordan to be the GOAT of basketball. Maradona. I just don't know enough about it. I don't know enough about soccer, but yeah, no, I know it's a big name. No, I know. I'll start a fire with the LeBron versus Jordan discourse. Next Gen and Labor Cup should not count head to head. 135%. I couldn't agree with you more. It kind of pisses me off that they do. It makes no sense. I literally don't count Next Gen finals whenever I see that. Labor Cup, I'm like so on it. I'm like, okay, I guess that happened. But it's like I would rather not be there. Next Gen finals, I literally like right away just discount it. Like that's not actual. I subtract that from the head to head, whatever it is, immediately. Because it makes no sense. There's not even a single reason that should count. 30 love. I mean, they wanted it to be like, all right, get the head-to-head edge on your young players early, but it's like, bro, like it's the middle of December, it's cold. There's like this the only week of, like the off season should be happening right now. We're trying crazy new rules that the ATP is thinking about implementing, like having the crowd dancing while the points are going on, and like crazy technology, and like 15-second changeovers and 10 seconds to 10 seconds between serves. It's like, dude, like this is not like this is so separate from everything else, and it's or the only the reason that players get in is because they're super young. It's like, how is Wimbledon gonna be right after the next gen finals in an ATP head to head? Like, let's be serious here. It's like if like Booty's exhibition, or was it called Boodles or whatever? In England, Booties. Is that the name of it? Boodles? Whatever it's called. It's like if an exhibition counted for, which basically is what Laver Cup is, but it's like if an exhibition counted for ATP head to head. It's like, okay. It's like they played, but you know, if you got a chance, Anthony, watch Maradona's goal versus England, Mexico 86 World Cup, not the hand of God goal. Okay. I'll check it out. I mean, I've heard the name. I know who that is a little bit, but I haven't seen him play enough. I'm not versed enough in soccer, but Messi is. I just know that Messi's got like so many great stats. He's now won the World Cup, which Ronaldo never did. And he was the huge MVP pretty late in his career doing that. And he's got great stats. Also, just watching him play he's got so much raw talent, and has had great longevity as well. So Messi is just like one of those guys that I feel like, even though I don't know soccer very well, I feel pretty comfortable saying that he's the GOAT, from what I know and understand. And the biggest reason I choose Jordan over LeBron is LeBron's been to more finals of championships, but he's got 2 less rings than Jordan. Like, I just think that's got to be the main stat. What a ridiculous lob. Fritz tries a really crazy shot and almost gets it. MENSIK with a very impressive lob over Fritz. Defending quite well, too, which is very notable in these backcourt rallies. I mean, that was Fritz approaching. That was a very good shot, and Fritz almost got that, actually. That was really impressive, but goes into the net. So 30-15. Forehand down the middle, forehand to Fritz. Goes cross-court to the forehand to MENSIK. Bomb the net, 40-15. MENSIK can't have a shot like that here and there. Like, it's getting a little bit more consistent. He's got to weighing down on those unforced errors if he wants to take out Fritz here. That might be his undoing. Just the couple poor shots here and there, because Fritz, if he really, has an injection of energy and really puts his all here, MENSIK runs. Ooh, almost gets there. Not quite. He is quick. Or he can be. 1-1. Yeah, he's got to cut down the unforced errors. If he doesn't, if he has those shots get more consistent and Fritz just like raises his level a little bit, then Fritz could get a break, and then the match could be over 6-3, 6-4 in less than half an hour, But good match so far. I'm enjoying this. It's a good level. Backhand down the middle, goes to the backhand of Fritz. But yeah, I always think just like it's such an important stat. I mean, I know that Jordan doesn't have the most championships of anybody in any NBA history. Like, what's his name? Bill Russell or whatever had 11. And a lot of them came consecutively, but like I think he won like 8 in a row or something. But it's like if you have you've gotta that's gotta be a stat for you. Like that you're so good in championships. Being 4 and 6 and having less rings total. Like I'd even be okay with a losing record in finals if he had as many rings as Jordan, but I think the fact that he has less seals it for me. MENSIK leading in aces in this tournament, by the way, by a lot. 89 aces. That is a huge number. That's what you're talking about, Matt. Just great serving in this tournament. 30-15. Hey, how's it going, Naked Eyes? Fritz needs this more, really, given his age and the fact Sinner and Alcaraz weren't in his way. I agree. I had to think about it for a second, but I agree for sure. That's a good point. Because MENSIK is going to get more chances. He's going to keep improving. Fritz, it just feels like this is a opportunity specifically for him to get to another final, and it would paint his career in a different way if he could. I mean, it's important for him to keep, well, I mean, whatever. It's like it would be nice for him to go all the way too. It's not all just about stats and stuff, but it would be big for Fritz to make it to a final here, and it would be impressive. I mean, Berrettini, a really tough match in the quarters, and MENSIK is going to prove in the future that this was a very tough victory as well if he can get it. Well, it's a very specific stat, but best ATP Masters win percentage for players that have not won a Masters title. I mean, one of these guys, I don't even know who they're talking about. PRPIC. I've never even seen that name before. But Nishikori, 62%. Marajan, 64%. Raonic, 65%. MENSIK, 71%. It's impressive. I don't know. I mean, how many Masters events has he played in, though? But it's impressive, though. Yeah, quarterfinal of Shanghai last year, third round. Now, they play Indian Wells or no? I think he lost to Draper, no? Or no? I mean, beat Draper this week. I don't remember. Don't remember if MENSIK played Indian Wells or not. Mm-hmm. Yeah, MENSIK lost to Korean Hachanov. That is right. I remember that now. In Indian Wells. Hachanov is underrated as well. I don't think his career is done. Or his career. I think he's still going to have a highlight in his career in the future. Don't think we've heard the last of him. I kind of feel like Hachanov is going to make another final of a big event at some point. I don't know if he's going to make more than one, but I feel like we'll see him in a final of a big event at least one more time. I just kind of feel like that. We'll see. 15 all here on Fritz's serve. He's just a really good player. Struggles against other top 10 players for whatever reason, but he's very, very good, very solid. Backhand goes in for a Fritz. That's in the net. 15-30. Fritz really struggling with the forehand, I feel like, in this match. Unfortunately for him, MENSIK trying to make one push here. 15-30. as we near closer and closer on the 2-hour mark in this match. First serve in the net. It's a chance here for MENSIK. There's no doubt about it. It's got to make this return. He does. Down the middle, big. Back into FRITZ. That's going to go long. 15-40. Yeah, FRITZ. I mean, it's definitely an opportunity here in Miami to it's great to make a first semifinal, but I'm sure that FRITZ will not be particularly happy if he misses out on this chance to make a final. So these are the kind of points that you remember. This is the first break point in the match for MENSIK, finally coming. Backhand goes to the backhand of MENSIK. Backhand of FRITZ goes to the backhand of MENSIK. Got backhand to backhand. Forehand cross court goes to the forehand of MENSIK. Got forehand to forehand. Forehand down the line goes to the backhand of FRITZ. Backhand slice of MENSIK. Backhand of FRITZ. Backhand of MENSIK down the line. Forehand of FRITZ. Long rally. Forehand of MENSIK. Backhand of FRITZ. Cross court. Backhand of MENSIK. Goes to the backhand of FRITZ. Down the line. What a shot from Taylor. Let's go. Let's go, Taylor. 30-40. Saves one. Great rally. Great stuff. And yeah, MENSIK kind of gave it to him. I don't know. That wasn't, I mean, it was tough. I mean, so many strong shots in that rally, but FRITZ has that backhand down the line if you let him open it up. And too good, though, there from Taylor, to be fair. 25 shots and really good shots. Forehand, great return from MENSIK. Backhand, oh, goes for it. I like that he went for it, but misses it wide, MENSIK. Deuce. I like that he went for it, but maybe like 3% too much, you know? It's like, even if he missed it, like just 3% less, just like, I don't know. Anyway, we're back on deuce. Good serve from FRITZ. Out wide is a winner. Serve from FRITZ out wide. MENSIK almost gets the return, but misses it long. 2-2. FRITZ with a very strong hold saves 2 break points. MENSIK finally getting his first break points in the match, but didn't matter. 2-2. FRITZ is going to break this game. I think FRITZ is going to break this game. I don't know why I feel so strongly, but I think he's going to break this game. He broke early in the second set. MENSIK's going to be particularly disappointing. He missed out on those 2 chances. I didn't really like the way he did. I think FRITZ is about to break. I think he's about to break, and I think he'll hold on to it. Let's see. That's all it takes if that does happen. Back in. FRITZ steps in. Goes to the back end of MENSIK. Forehand of FRITZ. Forehand of MENSIK down the line is a big shot. That's going to go wide from FRITZ. Great stuff from MENSIK. 15-love. Break incoming. Not quite there. Jeez, FRITZ. Yeah, good grief. Come on, MENSIK. Come on, MENSIK, to your dream. Yeah, my Bodman for this match is triumph for MENSIK, and easily with this could have earned Sunday's first Master 1000, defeating Djokovic. All right, Lewis, I like it. Love it. MENSIK goes to win. I offer a drink, everyone. All right, I like it. Virtual drinks for everybody, or you're just really gonna find everybody's mailing address or whatever, knocking on everybody's doors, giving everybody drinks. Why do the close matches in Miami have to be on late? Yeah, I feel that. 40 love for MENSIK. My prediction seems like it was way off. All right, that's fine. Can always come back from 40 love, but I don't think it'll happen. Serve goes to the back end of FRITZ. Deep in the court. Forehand FRITZ. Forehand to MENSIK. Forehand inside out. Back end MENSIK goes out. Down the line. 40-15. You never know. Big serve out wide, 3-2. I was wrong. That wasn't even close to a close game. MENSIK holds 3-2. MENSIK proven that it's a bit stronger here than I'm giving him credit for on the serve. He's been serving immaculately well all week. He had a bit of a lapse in the second set, just a bad game, but seems like he's back to his strong serving ways here. All right, we're in the middle stages of the third set. Could be going to a third set tiebreaker here. We'll see. Another close match for Fritz. 2 back-to-back is not easy. I mean, not just physically, but especially mentally, I feel like. Big challenge, but it's not easy making it to a Masters final. We're seeing that here for both players. Backhand, going back into backhand now. Forehand from Fritz, cross court, forehand to MENSIK. Can cross court, forehand to Fritz is a great shot. Injection of pace, backhand down the line, changing direction, forehand slice. I think that's the rally of the match. 30 love, one of them. Top 3 rally of the match so far, easily. 30 love, Fritz. Just great shot after shot there. Really strong stuff from both. The forehand kind of finding its footing again for Fritz. I feel like slowly finding his way to its best, and that's a bad thing for MENSIK. I feel like Fritz is kind of saving it for the end here. I think he's got another kind of, I don't know, big run here at the end. And it might go to a tiebreaker. It might go to a tiebreaker here. Might go to the limit. Thank you guys for joining in, by the way. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you're new. We do streams and podcasts and all stuff to do with tennis here. It's double fault from Fritz. Serve out wide. Oh, what a backhand down forehand. I mean, down the line, and then a backhand cross court. Fritz with some of his best shots of the match so far in that game. I mean, dare I say, his 2 best points of the match, or at least 2 of the best points of the match for Fritz so far, coming almost consecutively there. Consecutively, not counting that double fault. 3-3. Fritz with some good momentum, I feel like, off of that game. I still like Fritz in this third set. We'll see what happens. I'm feeling Fritz is going to pull it off here. Let's see. I wasn't right about the first set, and I was calling Fritz there, so. But I feel like Fritz has got this still. Wow, what a serve for MENSIK out wide. 15 love. Are you watching the women's final tomorrow, Anthony? When is it? I don't know. It's at 3 Eastern. I don't think so. I'm going to like a little like local festival thing. I'm not gonna be able to watch it. I'll try to call the men's final though. But yeah, it's just not good timing. Sunday I should have time to do a final. I feel like Sabalenka's got it though. I think Sabalenka's gonna get it done. Not like the men's final. I think Djokovic is the favorite in the men's final no matter what. Fritz pulling off some great shots here. That's the shot of the match for Fritz so far. Great backhand pass cross court. It's what the doctor ordered. Flick of the racket, beautiful ankle breaker. I mean, MENSIK need to teleport to get to that shot. Great serve from MENSIK, 40-15. It's kind of exciting because I really don't know which way this is going to go. I'm still feeling like I like Fritz here, but it's exciting. Just not know what's going to happen at the end of this one. It's going to be close. Serve forehand of Fritz. That's in the bottom of the net. 4-3. It's like every point in game from like here on out, starting from 4-3, is just going to be really important. It's an important match for both players' careers as well, which heightens the stakes. I mean, Novak, it's like, listen, that guy's been here. He's done that. But for both these guys, it's not the same thing, is it? Not yet, anyway, for MENSIK, but for nobody, it's like for Novak, right? Has Pegula beat Saba before? Yeah, I think so. I'm gonna check, but I'm pretty sure she's beaten her at least once. I don't remember where, but I'm nearly sure I remember beating her once. I'm fairly positive. 6-2. 6-2 Sabalenka. I think Pegula beat her in a big match, though, somewhere. I'm trying to remember where. Pegula beat her. That's probably what I'm thinking of. WTA finals in Cancun. 6-4, 6-3 when the conditions were freaking unbelievable in Cancun. And then also 2020 Cincinnati, long time ago. Pegula as a qualifier beat Sabalenka, who was the 5th seed. And then, yeah, more recently, round robin of the WTA finals. Pegula is still one of the strangest kind of players because she was really, up until like 28, 29 years old, just really nowhere near the top 5, top 10. And then she got so consistent for like multiple years in a row. Like the last 4 or 5 years, she's been consistently so successful near the top of the range. But even 2020, I mean, she was like 27 years old. She was a qualifier at that Cincinnati event. So it's just like, she's a really odd career, Pegula. One of the oddest ever, no doubt. I mean, the only one that's odder off the top of my head is like Jasmine Paolini. Like that is an unbelievable kind of trajectory that she had to last year. Very similar to Pegula in a way. 40-15 here. Both guys just kind of cruising on serve. I mean, it's not a very long 3-set match, to be fair, especially since all of the sets seems like they're going to be at least 6-4. So pretty close sets. But it seems like we're going to be out of here by like 2 hours and 25 minutes or less or something like that, which is not very long for like a potential 7-6, 6-4-6, 7-6 or something, or 7-6, or yeah, whatever the score is will be. Forehand goes to the back into Fritz. Cross court back into MENSIK. That's in the net. 4-4. Fritz is 2 games away from his second Masters final. He has an 100% win rate in them, taking out Rafa in his first Masters final. Could Fritz somehow win his first 2 Masters finals, beating Rafa and then Novak? That's something nobody's ever done. I feel fairly confident about that. I don't think it'll happen. Also, Rafa was injured in Indian Wells, although so was Fritz, to be fair. But that would be funny. But Fritz 2 games away. So is MENSIK from his first. I mean, between these 2 guys, they've been to 1 Masters final. That will not be true after today. It's a great swing volley from MENSIK. 30 love. So much adrenaline right now rushing through these guys. These are the moments that matter, right? 30 love. I mean, MENSIK has just had such a good rhythm on his serve. It looks like it comes so natural to him. It's very impressive. 40 love. That's why I saw somebody say yesterday, like, this guy's boring to watch. But it's like, I don't really think he is, but his serve is definitely boring to watch because he's so dominant on it. Like, nothing ever happens almost on his serve because he's so good. There you go. I mean, that's like a Federer-like service game to get 1 game within from his first Masters final. Fritz not really looking very positive, changing ends there. MENSIK held in about 5 seconds. 5-4. Maybe even 4 seconds. It was very quick. It was a very quick game. Under a minute. All right, what do you guys think is going to happen at the end here? Let's see. 4 points away. Exactly. That's the moment. Go MENSIK. Pagul did play a bit nervous yesterday. Yeah. Still in the final, though. This is where the nerves start kicking in for both players. 100%. Though didn't see any nerves there from MENSIK. So let's see what happens here. Right at the end, right? 2 hours and 5 minutes into the match. First serve out from Fritz. 4 points away is Jakub MENSIK. That's a double fault. Not a great way to start the game. 5 points in a row for MENSIK now. And he's 3 points away from a very important win of his career. The biggest win of his career, especially judging from where what stage this tournament is in at the moment, to get to a first big final. Backhand, goes for too much down the line. And that's why I feel like, I don't know, I feel like Fritz is more experienced in those kind of points at the moment. And he's so good at the moment, just like finding ways through matches. And I feel like we'll see. We'll see if MENSIK can find a way here through Fritz. Fritz definitely not at his A game, but that forehand has only picked up steam now. I mean, I kind of feel 30-15. It's going to be another tough challenge for Fritz, but I kind of feel like he's got it in him. 18 forehand winners for Fritz in the match, 8 for MENSIK. Forehand of Fritz goes to the forehand of MENSIK. Forehand Fritz, that's in the net. Just saw Fritz curse kind of under his breath. I don't know if it's because he missed another forehand. He's 2 points away from the loss here. Kind of felt something around his chest, but I think it was more to do with just the moment rather than something physical. 30 all, big point. MENSIK flirting with a match point. Fritz trying to erase that chance. Forehand. MENSIK goes to the back into Fritz. Cross court, back into MENSIK. Short. Forehand of Fritz attacking. Forehand of Fritz kind of pulls off a little bit. MENSIK now a little bit more in control. Neither player really going for it. Forehand cross court to the forehand of MENSIK. Deep in the court. Long rally. Nerves are kicking in. Backhand cross court goes to the back end of MENSIK. Fritz, great angle. Oh, MENSIK in the net. Whew. The more I was commentating, the more my heart was in my mouth. 40-30. I mean, I guess that's clutch from Fritz, but I guess maybe he felt like that was coming from MENSIK. I mean, that was a great angle off the backhand for Fritz, though. Just trying to keep it to MENSIK's backhand, not let MENSIK really take control or give him anything too attackable. He did well, and hitting more to MENSIK's backhand and then just getting a good enough angle, and that's what Fritz needs to do. 40-30. Remember that point. No doubt. Serve out wide, backhand. That's in the net. Fritz. That's what I'm expecting from Taylor. From any point in a tennis match, you can come back. And listen, we're still on serve. 5-5. Two hours and 9 minutes into the match. Hey, how's it going, Joe? What's up? What's up? Yeah, we're at 5-5. We're at 5-5. All of us predicted it was not going to go to 5-5 for some reason. I don't know why we all predicted that, but oh wow, what a backhand down the line from Fritz. A really good level in this match. I mean, I really backed the level in this match. I think it's been high. Definitely not a great approach from MENSIK, but a fantastic pass nonetheless. I mean, either way. A little bit of a nervy approach from MENSIK, I'm not going to lie. That's a good ace down the tee, though. He'll take that. 15 all. Kind of got the feeling this is an important moment. This is an important point. Like, I don't know. 15-30, suddenly the nerves kick in, different from 30-15. Like, if it's 15-30, MENSIK suddenly thinking about the score, even if subconsciously in the back of his mind, he's like, oh shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's a big ace, though. He's not even thinking about it. He's like, I don't know. Just thinking about like a call I've heard during an NBA game. He's unconscious in the fourth quarter. It's like, is like MENSIK just not thinking. He's just like hitting ace after ace. It's all working for MENSIK on the court. At least serve. Like serving, he's serving brilliantly. I say that and he double faults. That is the famous announcer's jinx. Unfortunately. That's so funny. It happens every freaking time, dude. Clutch from both players. I agree. MENSIK serves so well. So well. And that's what the top players in the world have been doing for I mean, the serving across the board has only gotten better and better for the guys at the top of the tour. 40-30, just unstoppable. I mean, part of that has been racket technology as well. It's been a lot of things, and there's a lot of factors that go into how hard it is to return to serve, whether it's rackets or courts. But yeah, bigger frames definitely help the serve as well. Forehand goes down the middle to the forehand of MENSIK. Backhand FRITZ goes to the backhand of MENSIK. Forehand cross court. Got forehand. Just rallying FH to FH. Forehand. That's a forehand long, and it's 6-5 for MENSIK. Either MENSIK gets to a first Masters final or we're seeing a tiebreaker. One of those things is now factual. This is tight, dude. This is a good match. It's close. Patience, Fritz. I feel not well. If played center, will be all easily. Center will be back. Gets it back though. I bet MENSIK got 325, big money. See what happens. It's very close. He's serving very well though. Even a few inch increase on the head size, yeah, you can actually feel the difference. Oh, 100%. Who's got the most aces today? I'll check the stats going into the last little bit here. Yeah, that's what I expected. 24 for MENSIK, 11 for FRITZ. 24 aces is ridiculous. MENSIK serve is unbelievable. All right, here we go. Big moments in this one. Where are we at? MENSIK goes to the forehand of FRITZ. Forehand of MENSIK for a pass. FRITZ didn't put it away. Love 15. MENSIK's been as much as 2 points away. Yeah, that was just a terrible shot, honestly, from FRITZ. I mean, it just bounced right into the sweet spot. I mean, that's exactly what the doctor ordered. It's honestly like MENSIK took over Fritz's body and for a second and was like, okay, I'll hit it right to me for a winner. It's like that was just, I think it was a miss hit from FRITZ or just like, I don't know, nerves or something. It was not what FRITZ needed at that moment. 12th ace of the match for FRITZ now. Half of what MENSIK's gotten. Ridiculous serving from both, but particularly from the Czech. That's an ace from FRITZ. Or a winner. I don't know. Maybe MENSIK barely touched it. That's what's weird about the ace stat is like it only counts if he didn't touch it at all. But like I think that shot was not an ace, but MENSIK I think like tipped it with the very edge of his racket. I mean, like, what is the difference between that and just not touching it? It's like kind of a weird thing, I guess, when you think about it. FRITZ MENSIK 2 points away again. I mean, FRITZ getting out of these positions, but his forehand has been letting him down here and there. It really has. And if he loses this match, that's part of what I'll remember from it. But I think largely, I just have a feeling it's largely residual from that Berrettini match. But, you know, you have to deal with what you deal with. And FRITZ with a forehand down the line, back in MENSIK, misses it long. But that also shots like that from MENSIK. I mean, it's nerves from both, right? And so a lot of it is mental. It's like that's a shot. MENSIK could have at least given him FRITZ another shot to play there. And FRITZ is nervous, so that could have turned the point around if he went for a little bit less rather than going for that big backhand down the line. Still might have lost the point, but that would have been the better shot to go for. Forehand goes to forehand to Fritz, forehand to MENSIK, inside out, back into Fritz. Goes to forehand to MENSIK, inside out, 2 points away yet again for the third time. Deuce. See what MENSIK can do. This is close and tight. Neither player has had a match point yet. We had that long 25-shot rally at 30 all at, was it 5-4? Ooh, what a serve from Fritz. Some heat. That was maybe his biggest serve of the match. I don't know how fast that was, but that seemed like a huge serve. 134 miles per hour rocket from Fritz. That's some good energy going into potentially a tiebreaker if he can win this point right here. Backhand Fritz goes to the backhand of MENSIK down the line. What a great shot. Fritz is there with a squash shot. Backhand cross court goes to the backhand of MENSIK, who I think he missed it. He thought he made it. Backhand down the line. I just don't think he needed to go for that. Yeah, he missed it. I thought it was pretty clear, honestly. MENSIK thought he made it. It was well struck, but he didn't need to go for that much, and he missed it. Who's going to win this tiebreaker? A third set tiebreaker in Miami, in Florida, in the Hard Rock, 47-minute third set. Probably will end up as a very memorable semifinal, no matter how MENSIK's career goes from here, and definitely will as his first Masters semifinal. Who do you think is going to win it? I've got Taylor. I'm backing Taylor still. I think it's Taylor's time. Taylor goes for a big forehand return off a second serve. I'm going Fritz 8-6. No, doesn't feel right. I'll say Fritz 8-6. I'll keep it. Fritz 8-6. Let me know what you guys think. That'd be crazy. Big serve out wide 1-1. Let me know what you guys think. MENSIK 22-20. We're getting the old Rabakina Blinkova. Fritz 7-5, MENSIK 7-4. We got a lot of different answers, huh? Every answer is as different as possible. 1-1. Here we go. One tiebreaker, one shootout to decide a master semi for two guys that have not been to a whole lot of them, to say the least. Fritz misses another shot from the back of the court. That forehand has gotten completely wayward for Fritz. 2-1 for MENSIK. It's an early mini break for the Czech. MENSIK 8-6. Okay. Don't these tiebreakers suit MENSIK? Yes, so far. But listen, Fritz has been very good at being clutch in the big tournaments in the last, 6 to 8, 10 months, right? So especially on a hard court. So he's got experience. That's what I'm backing here. 3-1. MENSIK up. Still just one mini break though, to be clear, but MENSIK's serve has been very hard to penetrate through and break. It's a good start nonetheless for MENSIK here. 3-1. Trying to keep that good rhythm on serve. It's been such an ace fest all day. Ace after ace. That is a first serve out though. Second serve. Forehand of Fritz goes to the back, and MENSIK, who completely misses. That's what I'm talking about. Experience and nerves. It's going to come down to a lot of that. 2-3. Fritz. Hey, how are you doing, Max? Good to see you in here. Hope MENSIK can win this tiebreaker to win the match. Okay? Come on, MENSIK. Love it. Fritz. Continuing to serve well. Ties it up at 3-3. Still maintaining some big serves at the end here. That was a big one to the backhand. MENSIK a little bit tight, though, and close to the body with the backhand, and definitely some negative body language from him. Which isn't always a bad thing, you know. It's like everybody, you need some negative, you know, whether it's inside or outside. It's like you can't be all positive all the time, but at least that's my philosophy. You can't be 100% positive 100% of the time. It's just not going to work. And it's just about how much you let those negative thoughts in and how long you let them affect you is really the whole deal, right? All right, 3-3. Serve FRITZ goes to the forehand of MENSIK. Forehand of FRITZ. Back into MENSIK. Back into FRITZ. Can't overstate how big this rally is. Back in FRITZ. Back into MENSIK. Who missed it? FRITZ just outlasting MENSIK here. Maybe mentally. 3-4. What'd I say? 8-6? I still like that prediction here. 3-4. This is going to get tight. I mean, it already is. Jeez. Morgan still looking photogenic, as usual. Washing on. Big serve out wide. 4-4. Another ace for MENSIK. It's got to be about his 60th ace of the match. I really think it's like his 26th or 27th. He's been so many aces. Unusual number. Pretty rare to get that big of a number in a 3-set match. Even in a 5-set match, you don't that often see numbers of that magnitude. Big backhand down the line. That is a clutch play from Jakub MENSIK. Let's go. 4-5. Stepping in and ripping on the backhand. I love it. Ripping it early, taking the chance. Going for it. Good stuff. 5-4. Is it MENSIK's time? Or is it FRITZ? Fritz's time. First serve, just doing the job. It's not that fantastic of a serve, but maybe tempo slightly with FRITZ, but pretty neutral rally here. Backhand FRITZ goes to the forehand of MENSIK. Forehand of FRITZ. Open stance slides into it. That just goes through the net. That would have backhand low over the net. Another slice from MENSIK. Long rally. Backhand down the line. FRITZ. Forehand of MENSIK. Forehand of FRITZ goes cross court. Backhand FRITZ. Oh, is that out? It's got to be just out. 4-6. MENSIK with 2 match points. That's a strong rally from MENSIK. Good stuff. 4-6. He's got 2 match points. Is it MENSIK's time to shine here in Miami? What a way to get to a first Masters final if MENSIK can pull it off. Hitting about 45 aces on the way. Serve down the tee, backhand FRITZ. MENSIK with a chance on this point already. Forehand to MENSIK. Forehand to FRITZ. Forehand to MENSIK. Forehand to FRITZ. Just rallying, not really going for it. Backhand cross court. It's the backhand to MENSIK. Forehand, it's in the net. It's Jakub MENSIK's time in Miami. MENSIK with a massive run in Miami. 7-6 in the third against the American. 7-4 in the tiebreaker. Jakub MENSIK. Remember the name because he's playing on Sunday against Djokovic. First Masters final, take on the greatest of all time in his 60th. What a win for MENSIK. Everybody talking about Fonseca. MENSIK said, listen, I'm here too. Teenager getting to the final in Miami. I'll tell you what, his match against Djokovic in Shanghai, that was close. So I reckon that he has a shot there. And he has been serving great. And what a win for MENSIK. Nice predictions. Matthew, by the way. Matthew DeSouza called it. Good prediction, Alexandra. See you later. Yeah, you got it. Thank you guys for joining in. Max, Sean, Naked Eyes, everybody. Max, Joe Mama, Joe 512, everybody who joined in. Alessandra. Thanks for joining in. Have you ever tried playing tennis with one racket? I only saw this just now. Yes, it's awesome. I love it. I've played on a couple of occasions. I really enjoyed it, actually. Same. I hope MENSIK can bring his A game defeating FRITZ. Yes, absolutely. Nole versus MENSIK is definitely a more interesting final. No doubt about it, right? That's what I think too. Thanks, Joe. Hell yeah. 7-6 in the third set. Let's go, Yaku MENSIK. So what is he in the lost my voice. What is he in the live rankings? I'll check that, then I'll hop off stream. MENSIK up to number 30 in the world. That is, he's only going to get higher and higher. If he wins the tournament, he'll be up to number 24. All right. Yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you. Thanks, Joe. Thank you, Joe Mama. Thank you, Max. I'll see you guys later. I'll try to commentate the men's final on Sunday, and I'll see you guys then. Hopefully. I'll see you guys later anyway.
husband.